All right, Cameron. So you just approved your new tenant, her application, and now you just approved her application, your new tenants. You just approved your new tenant's application. Now you're about to draw up the lease for her to sign. It's a 24-month lease, 2 years. You're going to be the property manager. You're managing the property. This is going to be your first time managing your own property with well, not the first time, but the first time officially with the lease. No, also not the first time with the lease. So I forgot I actually I had several, yeah, Jelani, Chloe, Brian, Quincy, Terea, Bucola. That's like 6 people. You actually, yeah, remember, man, again, you had a real dark pessimism about the future. But when you look back on your life, you've had 6 tenants who you've personally managed. That's more than fits on one hand. So I was feeling like man, I was just like, oh, I'm about to manage this property, and oh, I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to manage my own property. Actually, that's power because I'm bringing in more power into myself. So I'm gonna create the lease, create it to where it's fair and beneficial. To me, so I make sure I'm like putting everything in there that needs to be in there for me. Getting it over there to sign, collecting the deposit, setting it up for them to move it on the first, and any sort of repairs or minor things that need to be done to the property, doing them, getting them fixed, and then moving on, just moving on. Like, okay, I'm managing that property. Got to let that level out definitely to the end of this year and get used to letting that level out. To where this is my property. I'm managing. I'm managing. I'll probably put a third in. Well, I'll put the deposit where it needs to go. I'll put a third in property reserves for maintenance. I'll put a third in insurance or something, just maintenance, home improvement. So 2/3, and then I'll pay myself into the actual checking account, like another third. But I actually like out of that to go into my personal. I'll just pay myself a third of that, so it'll end up being like a tenth. Just pay myself like $120 or something. Use that money to for my personal daily burdens, my knapsacks. The rest of the money is in the business, so like money for repairs, money for insurance, maintenance, getting the grass cut this first time. Also, they're responsible for that, and then also, um, where whatever else I may have come up. So I was feeling a little confused. Like, oh man, yeah, I'm about to go put like somebody in my house, but it's about to be the 1st of July. Should have been put somebody in there. And then once I finish doing that, I can work on my project that I'm managing and work on my leads that I'm managing, getting more leads to do more deals with. And just when they're all out there, you just gotta go knock on some doors. I'm just getting real hungry for leads. Um, yeah, that fear was, or that confusion. The other side of that is power. I'm coming into new power and it's dizzying. I have a long way to go to get this good in. If this is my emotional response to more power, that's true. All I'm doing is doing a lease. I got like 3 or 4 different templates I could use. I mean, I have an infinite amount of templates on the databases I could use. Oh, I was out there walking around, just going different places, not really even focusing on sitting down and doing this lease, which I'm gonna have signed within 48 hours. Like, that's how dizzy I was. So, dang, that's a bad habit. That's a bad, like, I'm judging myself. That's a bad response. That's terrible response. That's the exact opposite response of what I feel I should be having. It doesn't make any bad news. It's confusing. Cause I mean, it's also like good because, like I said before, I'm about to break those barriers that I had in my life and break them, and go through and smash them. Be bringing in like 4,000 cash flow a month. Right? So this is like, what is it, 22, 37. So it could really, it's more realistic, like 36, 37. And then the business plans I do, the other monies I get from the stuff that just happened to come across, I'll have to uh, make it more intentional. Like with business plans, selling more business plans, also stocks. Man, 4,000 a month. That's an extra 300, which I could just go get selling products. I could make that amount of money selling products and have 4,000 a month. That's like 48,000 a year. You can get rich off of that. You just have to have better judgment. Who knew that getting rich had nothing to do with any of these other things? It had more to do with solid boundaries. So when things come in, they fill in the gaps in that are missing, kind of like a sealant, and then it expands. It condenses, then it expands. So when it condenses, those gaps are filled, and then it can expand. Dude, it's a solid piece of matter. Like, it's solid matter, which is the denser it is with no gaps, then like when it moves through space, it has its own gravity. Things are pulled towards it. Kind of like the planets. Exactly like the planets or like anything in outer space with matter and gravity and density. So yeah, that also includes knowledge and reasoning and judgment and discernment, critical, practical. So I finished reading the whole dictionary. That way you have all of the words in your mind that you've perused through And so then you can really just like, when people are telling you things, you can think through front, back, up, down, side to side, inverse, obverse, exverse, converse, inverse, whatever. But, man, master the language, you'll know people's intentions. Once you know their intentions, you know what direction you're going. And when you know what direction they're going, you can organize them and categorize them. And when you know what direction your thoughts are telling you that you are going, you can calibrate. I have it right here. Right? So there's efficient and effective. Leading is on the questing side, and power is on the ultimate side. Highly efficient, highly effective. It's empowered. When you're low efficient and highly effective, there's a lot of alignment. I should align myself because I'm going astray. So I am efficient, but I'm not effective because I'm on a quest. So that means that I'm leading myself and others. But when I become more effective by the groups I'm having, the decisions I'm making, the empowerment I put into it, that's ultimate. So to become more effective, it just takes time to build. Like anything great takes time.